Today we are going to cover H1 transfer things which are like necessary for all the people. This is the basic necessity to know about H1 transfer if you are in related industry. So we will study it in like a basic situational thing, like we'll try to study in that way, and then we'll learn about the things too. So the H1 transfer process refers to the steps an individual on an H1B visa must go through when they can change the employers. So if someone is asking you, can H1B visa people can change the employer in US? So answer is yes. Through H1 transfer process they can. Since the H1B visa is employer specific, if a person wants to work for a new employer while on H1B status, they need to go through a formal process called a H1B transfer. New employer files a petition. So the people, like let's say you are the candidate, you want to go for the H1 transfer process, so you must have an employer. They will file a petition for that. The new employer will file H1B petition on your behalf with USCIS, and this would be the same application process kind of thing which you applied for H1B application process. The employer needs to submit a labor condition application, we say it LCA. So LCA needs to be submitted to the Department of Labor in US, which ensures the new employer will pay the required wages and offer safe working conditions. So this is the first thing. The employer needs to file LCA for the candidate, and then they will submit to the Department of Labor. Second step, the LCA process. The employer must submit an LCA to the Department of Labor for certification. This is a standard requirement to ensure that the employment of a foreign worker does not negatively affect the wages and working conditions of US workers. The employer typically submits the LCA online and waits for approval, which usually takes 7 days. So in here what we learn, when LCA is going to be submitted through employer, it would take around 7 days to get the confirmed certification on that, like what would be the next step. So this is going to be processed till now. Later, like H1B petition preparation process would start. After LCA is certified, the employer files the actual H1B petition with USCIS. The petition packages include proof of education, experience, qualification for the role, documentation about the employer, business, and ability to pay your salary. The petition is filed with USCIS typically through the premium or regular processing options. So regular processing options would be a little bit more in days, and in premium it gets early. Receipt notice from USCIS. Once USCIS receives the H1B petition, they will issue a receipt notice that is called I79C, sorry, I797C. It is, this confirms that the petition is in process. So when you see H1B copy with this status, this is the process which is in the transfer process actually. At this point, the individual is legally allowed to start working for any new employer as long as the petition is filed before the individual's current H1B status expires. Wait for the decisions. USCIS will process the petition and issue a decision. If everything is in order, USCIS will approve the petition and issue an approval notice, that is going to be form I797. This approval will allow the transfer to the new employer. If there is any issue or request for additional information, USCIS will issue a request for evidence, and the employer may need to respond. So, in short, when any candidate wants to transfer the H1B, the employer needs to file the LCA. After LCA, it gets certified in 7 days, and after that, H1B application would be processed. It can be with the premium or regular process as per the situations, and you can start working for new employer. Once the petition is approved, you can legally begin working for new employer. It is important to note that you can begin working for the new employer as soon as USCIS receives the petition and issues the receipt notice, if you are already in a valid H1B status, rather than waiting for final approval. Maintain H1B status. After the transfer is completed, your H1B status remains valid as long as you comply with the terms and conditions for your employment and visa. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and please comment if you have any questions regarding this.